Hey guys, today we're talking about the Leica M2 and taking some night photos with this. You know, people say what they will about Leicas. They're very expensive with this lens, which is a Summicron 50 f2. I think they're great cameras. You could say it melts away because of its buttery, smooth mechanics. And it doesn't have a light meter. It doesn't have really anything. It's just a rangefinder. Line it up and shoot. Tokyo is a great city for shooting at night. If you follow my Instagram, you probably saw lots of night photos. Not so much right now, but shooting at night is great. There's so much available light here. In fact, I feel like using a tripod sometimes is totally unnecessary. These days are a little bit different. You know, where I'm going shooting now, if I even do, is in the neighborhood. It's quite dark. But there are lots of interesting things in my small neighborhood and the surrounding neighborhoods, and lots of interesting things to shoot with this camera. So you do need things. You need things like that boy over there, which is my Manfrotto B3. It's a great tripod. I bought it because it's light, packable. I can put it in my shoulder bag if I'm feeling like I'm done shooting or if I want to carry it to somewhere to shoot. It folds up nicely, and it can also hold a lot of weight. It can hold my Mamiya RB 6.7 without being stressed out. So it's a great tripod. How it works with this Leica, though, it's a little strange. If you look right here, this is where the screw mount is. So it's on the side. So you can imagine that it sits like this. And also, that Manfrotto, the mounting plate has 2 rubber bushings. And one of those rubber bushings sits nicely on the base plate, and one of them sits down here. So this camera is always going to be at a little bit of a tilt, and maybe even get scratched up. But I think it's okay so far. The night that I went out, it was a beautiful night. No wind, pretty warm. And it was one of those nights where you could just wander and hear the city. Even though I was having a little bit of trouble with the tripod and finding the focus on this rangefinder in pitch black night, it was good. Some technical notes. What I use when I shoot at night with this camera. The camera, I use this little cable release, this cheap cable release, which sometimes comes back, sometimes locks like that. It just kind of depends if you barely bump it with your finger, but it was literally $1. I use that tripod, and I use my phone as a light meter with the app called Light Meter Free. Most of my shots were at 5 to 10 seconds, and maybe anywhere a little in between at f8 or f11. Anyhow, enough about those technical details. Let's get on with this show. Okay, so there you go. Those are some of the images that I was pretty happy with. As I said before, you know, using this camera on the tripod is kind of challenging. Um, and I think, of course, I could get better at it. It really boils down to me being patient. But, you know, for now, I think I've got some better options for shooting at night. I really like my EOS 1 because it's just so simple. It just works. It's easy. You know, this thing, for me at least, the usage I find is just, you know, throwing it around my neck and just going out and shooting it as at whatever I feel like in a quick, simple manner. And that's where it shines. And that's why I think it is such a great camera. It really lets you just focus in on whatever image you think you want to make. I hope you had fun following me along on that little walk around town, well, around the neighborhood. As I go forward, you know, I really love making these videos. I love using that camera to make something rather than a still image. It's been really fun. So thanks a lot for watching and joining me. You know, right now, I think we're all trying to be mindful of the situation, and I don't know how much more I'll go outside and take any photo walks for the time being. So if you have any suggestions of other things to do, if you want to see some of my other cameras, if you want to talk about some of the images on my Instagram, or anything really, let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, you know, leave a like or leave a comment or say hey on my Instagram. You know, we all have a lot of free time nowadays, so yeah, having discussions online is a great way to stay connected. So anyways, thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time.